Welcome back to I Love Painted Rocks. Today I'm going to teach you two cool techniques that I used to make this watercolor sketch shark rock for Shark Week. Let's get started. To get started, you need to find a drawing of a shark. Make sure you look for copyright-free clip art that you can use for this project. Then get a piece of tissue paper, the kind you use for gift wrap, lay it on top of your phone or tablet, and then use a pencil to trace the outline of the shark. Since drawing on a phone can be a little tricky, once you have the outline done, remove the tissue paper from the phone and continue making the lines perfect while having it on a table. Look for a rock that's the right size for the shark you just drew. Once you've got one, you're ready to paint. Use a paint that sticks well to rocks like Folk Art Multi-Surface to paint a base coat on the top of the rock. I have a link to a place where you can buy this paint in the description for the video. Once your base coat is done, move your rock to the side while you cut out the shark drawing that you traced earlier. You don't have to cut out on the lines, you want to have a little bit of a border of the tissue paper left over. Since you set your rock aside to dry, the paint should still be a little bit damp even though it's not super wet. You're going to very gently lay your tissue paper shark down on top of the white paint, and then you're going to smooth it out to make sure it sticks really nicely. To do this, I use a soft paintbrush just to paint over the dry tissue and help it press neatly into the paint so that I can have it smoothed out without any wrinkles and have it stick really nicely to the curves of the rock. Allow the paint to dry completely before moving it to a way to protect your surface like a paper plate, and then apply the Mod Podge Ultra in matte finish. Spray it to apply, saturating the tissue paper, and then pop any bubbles left behind with a pin or a fine tip paintbrush before allowing it to dry completely. Once the Mod Podge is dry, get started setting up your watercolors. You'll need a plastic palette, some water, and some watercolor brushes. I'm using 4 different colors of the Martha Stewart Crafts watercolor acrylic paint. You're going to squeeze just a tiny little blob of each color that you want to use onto your plastic palette. Next, dip your watercolor brushes in the water and mix it with the acrylic paint on your palette until you have a runny watercolor paint. Apply the paint to your rock in the shark. The idea is to kind of sloppily apply multiple watercolors in different areas of the shark. You don't have to stay within the lines or be really perfect. Continue repeating this process with all of the different colors, and then you can come back, reapply other colors, mix and match until you get the paint just how you like it. Allow the watercolor paint to dry completely before using an ultra fine tip paint pen like one from Posca. I definitely do not recommend using a Sharpie for this part. I would stick with a Posca paint pen. Trace over the lines that you had drawn on the tissue paper earlier as your guide. Once the paint pen is dry, take your rock outside to apply 2 coats of a clear spray sealer to make it outdoor safe. I hope you liked my Shark Week inspired rock. Share your own Shark Week rocks with hashtag #RockSharkWeek. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the I Love Painted Rocks channel or follow us on Facebook or Instagram.